Hey Stampin' friends, welcome to the Joyous Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachel Coon and today's our fun Fold Friday. Today we'll be making a never-ending card using the new stamp set called Reaching for the Stars and some of their amazing dies. Go ahead and hold my flip and we'll get started. All right, let me just pull this forward a little bit so you guys can see everything better. Our workspace here for the day. Welcome. If you're new to my YouTube channel, please subscribe and like this video so you can see my feature videos as well. Every Friday, I try to go live on my Facebook page and share with you a fun fold, and then I upload it over to YouTube so that way we can get more stamping friends over there as well. One lucky person who comments on this by midnight, either on my Facebook Live or on YouTube, gets a chance of winning the card we're making today. Let me share with you this card. It is a never-ending card. This isn't a new fun fold. It is just new product showing how to use it differently. And if you don't have this product, you can totally substitute it with what you do have and still make the fun fold. But I'm using the Reaching for the Stars, and let me show you how the never-ending works. So this will fit in a regular size envelope. And then we have our front here with our cute little Saturn and our greeting and our stars on the top. And I'm going to open it once, just kind of like a gatefold. And then we have another section that says Reach for the Stars. Then it's going to pop open in the center. We'll open it again. And we'll have this Your Stellar section. And then we're going to open it one more time. And there's our back side that has our greeting and some more beautiful designer series paper there. Says, if I had a star for every time you brighten my day, I'd have an entire galaxy. And then we fold it one more time, flip it back, and we're back to our start. So it keeps on going and going and going, which is really cool. And I love the idea of this never-ending card with the galaxy card, because if you look at the stars in the galaxy, you know it's just never-ending. So I thought this would be a really fun card to showcase with that. Let's go ahead and talk about the stamp set real quick. It is a not a photopolymer, it is a rubber stamp. So you can see how I've put all of my stickers on it, and then I have it in the back here so you can see them. It is a rubber stamp set, and then it has these two great big images. I love these, but I'm not using these in my card today. Look forward to some more cards with those later, even though I love that awesome astronaut and of course our rocket ship there. But this is a bundle, so you could save 10% by getting the stamp set and the dies from my online store. Let me show you the dies real quick in all their glory because they're pretty amazing. So they do cut out those images here, our cool little rocket and our astronaut. We have our stars that we're using, and then we have these circles here. And you're like, wow, circle dies, that's awesome. That could be used for so many things. Of course, we're trying to get the planets here. And they have matching designer series paper where you can use your circles to die cut out your planets. I found one that was a similar shape for this guy, but so that's this one right here. But then I didn't have another piece of paper right here. I just want to use this little piece. So I just cut out from a larger planet to make my smaller planet. Totally works that way. Of course, we have some big rings as well because we have those larger planets and those larger circles. Or we have our little rings here for our little one, and that's the one we are using today. Okay, let's go ahead and put that away and we can get started. I tried my best to piece things together for you so that way it goes fairly quick today, but the hardest part of this card is just getting your alignment ready. So let me set this here and let me grab my paper trimmer. Over on my blog, I will have all of my measurements, so I will give some of them here and there, but that's the best place to reference them. So please visit there. So what we're going to start off with are 2 pieces of Blackberry Bliss cardstock, and they are our regular card size. So it's a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and the same thing, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So basically half a sheet of Blackberry Bliss. If I were to cut it like this, an 8 by 8 1/2 by 11, that is just half of it there, or half of it this way. All right, so we have these two, and I went ahead and I've scored them already. So I have this one. What we'll do, we'll score it 2 places right here. Let's see. Oh, I didn't write that score down. Let's see, make sure I have it. I want to say, we can just measure it and see, huh? I want to say this is 1 3/8 score line for this one. Yeah. So on the 5.5 side, we're going to do 1 3/8 score, flip it, 1 3/8 score. Okay. Then we're going to turn it so now it's going up and down, and our score lines are now parallel to the top of our board, or they're perpendicular to our cutter, if that makes any sense. And then we're going to cut this in half. So the half mark is the 2 1/8. So I go right there to that dash. I grab my paper trimmer and we're cutting. Okay, there's those 2 pieces there. I'm set them aside. Similar for this one, we're going to score at the 1 1/16. You're probably wondering, where in the world is that on our paper trimmer? So right here's our 1, and then the 1/16 is the very first dash. So I just move it right to that first dash, and I scored it right there. I flipped it, and I scored it right there again. And then we need to go half of this one. So that's 2 3/4 is our cut for this one. That's half of 5 1/2. 2 3/4. Move it along the line. What I do to my measurements, I always go to the first number I know, and then I'll start to slide it. That gives you a reference of how I like to cut, but make sure it's straight. Sorry, we're moving. I have to make sure this is super perfect. There we go. Okay, now we have these pieces. Let me take out our paper trimmer, and we're going to line these up. So what we're going to do is put our ones that have the 1 1/16 right here, and you're going to line up our scores so they're right on top of each other right before we cut them. Then these ones are going to come to the side here, like so. And we want them here as our guide. I'll show you in just a minute. Yep. So it's going to look like that. Next, we need to grab our tear tape. So we need to add tear tape to the tops and the bottoms of this score line here. We'll do it together so you'll see, and then the bottom. So here's the top, here's the bottom, and this is our center. And you are going to use this score line here to our left as a guide to know to not go past that score. So we don't want to put any tear tape below that line. And that's why we have them all lined up so we know how far we can go down. This is going to be moved a lot, so you definitely want to use some tear tape, and you don't want to wait for it to dry. So tear tape is one of the best ways to go about it. You could also use our Stampin' Seal Plus, because that's a strong adhesive as well. I'm going to place all of our little pieces. So we'll get one close to the top, and then we'll do one more right below it just to give it some stability. Because this card is going to be moving forever. The never ending. Okay. Keep that run right there. Make sure we're looking good still. Bottom now. So we did our top. Now we're doing our bottom. All right. I would love to hear if you've ever made this card before, and if you thought how hard it is on a scale of 1 to 10. It's usually pretty easy once you make the first one. Once you have the first one, you're good to go. Okay, so what we're going to do now is take this guy here, and we're going to remove the backing of our tear tape here on the top, just one side at a time. We don't want to go crazy. Okay. I'll get that out of view. And we need to line this one up over it. So carefully. So this needs to go right on top of here. And if you need to, you can turn it so I make sure it's right where it needs to go, to the corner. Let's see if I can carefully lay that down. Like I said, this is the most important step, is just getting these attached where they need to be. There's my cheat sheet, so I knew where to line up my pieces there. Okay, then let's go ahead and go to the bottom here, and we're going to attach that one next. I have attempted to make this card before, and it was so hard because I just couldn't get my line up right. So make sure you're lining up everything perfect. There's that guy. Again, we're going to come over here, go to that corner, corner to corner, and our edges to edges. Looks pretty good. Flip it over, make sure we're looking okay. Okay. Take off the backing for this guy. And this one should fit right over here to that corner. And we make sure we line it up our scores right there by each other now. Press down, see where they met there. And we do the same thing for this bottom here. She had in the video, I watched a friend make it, and she made sure to use her bone folder right here so we can see where this one's coming down a little bit easier. This final one's going to cinch them all together. Where there was like a gap in the middle before, this will pull it together. Okay, so now we're going to carefully unfold that there and make sure that our score line is meeting where that score line is there. Just pull it so it's nice and tight. Okay, that is basically it for the folder putting it together. Now let's see if we did it right. What I like to do is go ahead and go on the score lines here, grab our bone folder, and we're going to crease that and make some new score lines with that. Okay, so we'll do it on this top side here too, where that score is. A bone folder is super handy for this part because it's going to be super thick. Okay, we have another score line right here. Go over each end. And then after this, it's the fun part. We get to just decorate, right? Make it look pretty. All right, so let's get back to our beginning. Our front should look just like this. It's the one that we started with by putting our paper on top. This is our front. Now let's see if we did it right. So we open it up like a gate, right? Open the gate. Awesome. And then we need to, let's make sure. Oh, this is nope. Okay. There's that one. Let's see. Oh, no, this should be right. I was afraid this is, oh, no, I think I just need to fold it again. Let's see. So there's that one. Here's our front. Open. This guy's supposed to pop up there, so let me double check. Maybe this one. Nope. Okay, that's a totally, yeah, this is the hardest part. So I'm going to laugh if this isn't on the right. So this guy's supposed to be here, but I feel like this guy isn't in the right spot. And I'm not sure why. We might have to do a take two or just do our rescore lines. So this one's supposed to pop out this way and it's stuck there. Okay, I'm going to grab some more Blackberry Bliss and we're going to start over. You guys can be patient with me for just a second. Unless this part's just not folding. No. Okay. If I wrap my brain around how this is working, right? So this guy was attached here. Maybe this guy Needs to go back. There it goes. Now we're good. We're good. I just need to fold those other sides in, and then these ones came center. Oh, that was scary. Then it makes a cross, and then we have it to the back again. All is good. All is good. That was so confusing for a minute. Okay. Phew. Let's do section by section to decorate this fun fold. So let's get back to the beginning. Okay. Here is our beginning, our front. Grab our pieces. So for this one that I'm making, I wanted my pieces to be all the same. In other videos, I've seen that they've had these two pieces of DSP the same, and then these 4 panels here different. So it's just up to you how you want to do yours. Because I want it to the same, I want it to all be cut from the same piece of paper. So I went ahead and I measured my DSP a 3.5 by 4 3/4, and then I cut that piece down so they would all go together. So for example, let me grab my pieces here. I'm going to have my liquid glue, and I'm going to see this was once all part of one piece. You can kind of see how it's same coloring there. Flip it over, and we're going to add our liquid glue to the back. You guys, I had myself worried there for a hot minute. Glad we were able to work it through though. And I love that I can show you that it's okay. We'll figure it out. Play with it, play with it, play with it. Once we get that part together, then the rest just comes together beautifully. Okay. DSP here. I'm using liquid glue so I can use some wiggling because I don't place it down perfectly from the first movement. My hands are too unreliable. There we go. I'm just going to go along using the top one as a guide so that they are lined up. Then we'll do the same thing to the other side. Liquid glue. All right, here. My youngest son loves these kind of cards, and he just can play with it forever and ever. In fact, I work at an elementary school, and I might bring in this card today just to share with them. I have one little boy who loves origami, this is basically something very similar to origami, the way that the paper folds together to create something really, really cool and interactive. All right, so we have all of our DSP on there. Again, measurements will be over on my blog. Just in case you missed it, I do have them right here. I probably should have had them right there for you to see. So we have the 2.5 by 1 3/4, and then 1/8 by 1 3/4. So 2 of these ones, and then 1 1/8 and 1 3/4. This is our 1 3/4 here going up and down. Okay. Let's go on to section number, let's decorate, right? Sorry, I got too excited. Let's go ahead and flip over our planet, get it where you want it to be. Flip it over, and we're gonna add some liquid glue right underneath that ring so it can attach to it. For this card, you do want to avoid using dimensionals. Dimensionals usually are my best friend, and I love them, but because this is a fold that's gonna need to be flat, too much dimension on this one, it will make it not run very smoothly. What we want to be mindful with our planet is make sure that we're staying within our paper here. So don't go off the sides. Then for our stars, what I like to do is just go ahead and do dots, and then I'll add my stars to the dot spots. Try not to have them in line. It's like one above another to look kind of more sporadic. This is the cool holograph paper that goes along with this suite. Right there. And this is the Stargazing DSP. The holographic has 3 different shades. I think it's the berry burst with the blue bushellberry. Oh, I'll double check. And then more of like just a shiny holographic. And I will grab my paper out here so you can see that without these little pieces. So you know what I'm talking about. All right, make sure I have all of my stars. These were just die cut out. What I love about the die cutting of these stars, it allows you to make your own embellishments. And they're flat, they're paper embellishments. And that's what we needed for this card. No bulkiness. Nice flat layers. Okay, I think we got it. What I did do was I went ahead and I stamped the greetings friends, and I actually used 2 different ink colors, and then I fussy cut it out on basic white. Let me show you the colors I used. I started with the Berry Burst ink, and then I went with a sponge, and I used my Blackberry Bliss on top of my stamp itself, and it created kind of this cool marbling look to it. Kind of spacey was my idea. Add some liquid glue. You make sure you cut that really close to the letters because, again, space is tight in this card. Pun intended. Space is tight. So we want to make sure that we fit where it can fit and not go over our edges here. Okay, so that's our front so far. Now we're going to go to the second section. Before I do, sorry, I told you I was going to show you this beautiful paper. This is the holographic paper we're talking about. You see, this is where I got those stars. This is the darker end here. And this is more of the lighter pink end here. So I got my rings for our planet, and then the stars for the front, and the inside it will have some darker blues. Okay, open it up. Open it up. And this one actually only has 2 pieces of DSP for this one. Let me grab the measurements out. It's 2.5 by 1 3/4. So we'll grab our pieces here. And it doesn't matter. I liked it to have the more starry light look on the top and the darker on the bottom, but it's up to you. Flip those over and let's glue them down with our liquid glue. There we go. Careful flip and position it here. Once we fold this one, you're like, why aren't we scoring this DSP? Once we fold it, it will follow along with those scored lines there. It will come naturally. And you won't even hardly see they're there because we didn't score them. They will just go with the fold. See it right here? You see where there's just that fold line there, but you can't see it very well on the paper, so it looks pretty flat and nice. For this one, we have the Reach for the Stars. Again, I just used the Blackberry Bliss for this one, and I'm going to put a little liquid glue, and we'll put it on the bottom. This would be a fun graduation card for that one, Reach for the Stars. This stamp set I originally had gotten because, well, A, my husband's in the Space Force, so that's fun. And then secondly, my dad actually is a lover of all things space. So you better betcha he's going to get a Father's Day card this year using this set. He's one of those that will call me up or send me a text and he'll say something like, "Did you see the moon tonight?" And we can both go out. My dad and I don't live close to each other, and so it's fun to have something like the stars or the moon to help us connect, even though we're miles and miles apart. Almost, sorry, it's getting stuck on my fingers, and I should have used the Take a Pic tool, so I apologize for that. These are our last of our little pieces, though. There you go. Okay, I'm gonna let that dry for a hot minute, kind of, and then we're gonna go ahead and grab our next part here. You'll see there's DSP here. That's on the other side. We're gonna flip it, and we're gonna do your stellar side now. So now we flip. Oh, hold on. And are we good? So this one's supposed to be making a cross, so hold on. So we have it here. Looks good. And you flip it. And these guys need to go down. I want to say. So this back side is going to go down. Yeah? Okay, here we are here. And I feel like this guy needs to go. Hold on. I promise I'm not going crazy. Okay, here. And we're gonna open this, and that's gonna fold down. So this does need to go down. And this needs to go down. And then that part stays up somehow. Hold on. We had it all figured out, I thought, just a second ago. This one and this one, but then this is supposed to be the never-ending card is going to be never solved. Just kidding. We will figure this out. So that was here, but this guy is supposed to be behind here. No. That guy is supposed to go down. Hold on. We will figure this out again. Okay. Start from the beginning. And we're going to go fold it open. And we had it this way, but now this was supposed to be behind, and it's not. So that's the part that we're questioning, right? Well, did we glue things down the wrong spots? Now the next question. So that guy. This is where we were stuck last time, I thought. So I thought we had solved it. Hold on. So here's this. But this guy, I feel like, is at the wrong spot too. This is supposed to open up this way. We might have to push. Oh, that's what we did. I think that's what we did. I think it's going. Hold on, hold on. Are we going backwards? So it's opening, but it's not in the right. I put it in the wrong spot for this one. This is the back side. Is it too late? I think it might be too late. Somehow I got all the way to the back. That's okay. We're going to do a new design. So here we go. Here's this part. Here's this part. We are just going to go rogue, you guys. We're going to borrow some of these pieces, and you guys will get the idea. I will let the stamper who comments will get my nice one and not my going crazy one. Okay, this is where we're supposed to be. Let's see if these measurements of paper will work, or if we need to cut some more. We'll set those ones aside. I'm pretty sure this will be the same measurement. Let's see. Yeah, that looks pretty close. We're going to put this guy here now, and we're going to put this guy here. We will make it work. It'll just be a little extra special. I don't know how we got to the back side of that one already. That is the mystery to me. I'm going to rewatch this video later and figure out where in the world we went wrong. And then I will laugh, and it'll be funny. Until then, I'm so sorry. Thanks for hanging in with me as I find and solve these fun problems. Okay, let's see if that did the trick now. Now we make the cross. There's our cross right there. Okay, now we can get our little pieces with our stellar and put those on. We just got to fix that last part that says reach for the stars are upside down. Okay, section. Now we're on section 3. So this one has 2 of these pieces here are 2.5 by 1 3/4, and then these pieces are 3 1/4 by 1 1/4, and 4 of those for these panels here. Flip these over and attach them. There we go. And it's up to you if you want your stars on top or on the bottom, so just be mindful how you place them. almost. And we'll put this one over here. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out, huh? All right, for this one, for the sake of ease, I'm actually put the liquid glue in the center of each one of these, and then we'll just put the DSP on top and we'll squish it down. And that will allow me to go a little bit faster. I don't have to flip it and try to not get sticky, right? Okay. And our last piece there. Then we just need to add the Your Stellar. What I did for this one is I went ahead and stamped it in that berry burst, the new color that came back. And then we're just going to cut it down here. You can go straight or an angled. I did angled first, we'll go straight this time. Flip it over. And what you want to be mindful of, you try to not go too far over these score lines here, because once it's folded over, this side was going to show through. Let me go back. Do I dare? Let me go back. There we go. And this part will be seen when we're on this side of it. So you want to make sure that the paper isn't going through. If you can see it, it's okay. It's not the end of the world, but just be mindful. Ooh. My stellar's going to get stuck. So I have that come at an angle here. So that corner might show right there. And that's okay. And the Your Stellar. At the angle there. Okay, awesome. Now we're going to go to our oops of the back. And this part here, ooh, I might either just carefully remove, so I can still use it, and then I'll put something else over it. So it's okay if they have some hideousness right now. There we go. Our stars are going to be down below, but that's okay. That's okay. Our final section on the back side. Let's grab our paper so you can see that one. Again, measurements will be over on my blog. Has all the DSP here. So I'm going to go ahead and put, should I keep it so it's the spaciness, or should I flip it over? Because my original has the outside, the cool space look, and then the inside with a little bit of purple. Or should we have it all spacey? We'll do all spacey, just because I really, really like that DSP on that side. Okay, liquid glue each one of our DSP and stick it on. Move it around so it's where it should go. Put that one right there. Okay. Word for the wise, play with this card before you start gluing things down. Make sure you have all of the spots you want them to be right before you start gluing, or else you're going to have a oopsie moment like I did and accidentally glue the back before it needed to be on. Okay, add a little bit more glue there because I was trying to peel that off. There we go. And now let's go ahead and fix that real quick together because we don't want to leave that looking bad. Luckily, I have a scrap of basic white, and I still have my stamp set here, so let's grab the Reach for the Stars out. We are going to fix this. Grab the stamp and a clear block. And let's grab the, which one should we do? Blackberry Bliss? I think that's what I had it in originally. Let's do Blackberry Bliss. Move that up. I'm going to do a quick practice. Whenever I put a new stamp on a block, I always want to do a practice to make sure it's going to be good. Oh, and I just didn't stamp that one hard enough. That one either. Flip it over. Paper has two sides. Make sure I have enough ink. I stamped it really nice there, so let's see if I can't. There we go. That one turned out better. Grab your paper snips. We're going to do some fussy cutting together. The bigger letters, I kind of like to go rounded around the ends of it. And then these straight font, I usually like to keep it more straight. So we'll do a cut in here, pivot, and we'll do a straight across, straight line here, pivot, cut that one off, and then another straight by the F, and then we'll go curvy again. Flip that over, add our liquid glue. Remember, no dimensionals. It makes the fold not flow as well. Okay, for the grand finale, did we do it? Did we do it? Flip it over. Nope, we got to fold it one more time. There we go. Okay, that's what we did. It was upside down. Our greetings friends ended up on this side. Watch, we're going to flip it. That's what happened. That's the error that we did. Okay, so now we know what went wrong. It's okay. It's a mirror world, right? Okay, then we have it this way. So at least this is the right side. If I had a star for every time you brighten my day, have an entire galaxy. We open it again. You're stellar. And our reach for the stars. We totally redeemed ourselves, and it works. Thank you guys for sticking with me. It's so funny. I was thinking last week my bloopers were going to be the biggest, and I think this might be my all-time new high on the card itself. I apologize. Thank you for watching. Again, visit my blog for all the measurements, and have a great, great weekend, you guys. Oh, I know. Thank you so much. Oh, Rebecca said she's had a hard time with this fold too. It does take a while. Practice, practice, practice. Have a great weekend, everyone. Happy stamping. Goodbye.